Hey, hi everyone. So this is the day one of learning how to use Android Studio, and let's just make our first fresh project. And what you're going to do here is you just have to open the Android Studio. You just have to download the Android Studio, the latest one for your operating system, 34-bit or 64-bit. It's just a normal task of downloading and installing something and giving some of the what I can say access of your something. Yeah, you can do it by this way, and the latest version and your operating system, and then download and install it. And you can download it from here, then install it. And obviously, you're going to set some settings up. Okay, so let's just be here. Okay, so the first interface of your Android Studio is not going to be as same as it is because it's something I'm working on some project. And the first thing I wanna tell you that I'm also new to this Android Studio, but that doesn't matter because this is the basic thing that I'm going to tell you right now. And since I learned that already, so I'm going to tell you about that. So you just have to go onto the file and new. Why I am doing this and why you will be not seeing some window like this is because your software is new. Obviously, you are that smart enough. There will be some of icons of making some new fresh project. So you'll be clicking on new and I mean new or something. You will be having some uh, create new project or something or new project or something. Click on that. Hit on that button and click on that. You will be having this window, this same window. You will be having the same window. Don't confuse, don't click on anything bigger because you doesn't know the big solution right now. What you have to do is go with the empty views activity because it's the simple way and it's the first way you're going to do by taking some small steps, and then you will be doing all this in all these UI or activities. And for now, what these activities or something like don't need to learn about this much. We'll be focusing on making a new project, a new fresh project, and let's do that. Just click on next and give the application a name like my first relation with Android. Okay, so we can write it Andy. Andy was someone who was the founder of Android, and Andy was the main founder of this Android. Rather than with Andy, there were three friends more of friend Andy that has been collaborated with that or something like that. I'm not sure about that, but this is the story. And after that, the Google has acquired it in some exhibitions of something. The Andy has been shown this thing, Android, and they acquired it. The Google has been acquired it, and yes. So we are going to learn this right now, and maybe the default default selection of your language, maybe there will be a Kotlin, but we are going to go with the Java because we know Java well right now, rather than, I mean, in comparison to Kotlin, we know Java well, so we are going to go with the Java. And now what you need to do is, this is the minimum SDK. This is the SDK. It means that we'll be having some development kits. So this is the latest one, I think so. Maybe let's just leave it default. And this is recommended. Let's just leave it default. And this is going to be your location, and your package name is something like that. Now the package names story is something that I'm going to tell you in next video, next class. And because of now we are focusing on making a new project, and we'll do that. So click on next, click on finish, and you will be opening a new window here. and you just have to wait a minute or 2 minutes for just let settle down all these things here, and let let that project has been shown here. Right now don't do anything because this is going to be settled down for 2 minutes or 1 minute maybe. Here you can see that importing my first relation with Andy Gradle project. Now I'll be telling you about what is Gradle here, how this going, how this all Java program is something going to be related to that screen. We are going to see that how it's going to be happen and how it's happening. But right now for building more interesting levels and sorry, more interest on Android and building some of interest in Android operating system and making some applications, it's necessary steps maybe to make a new project and see that what's happening and how we get that. And then after learning what is Gradle, what is activity, how this all these things has been happen, and what is Android Studio, what is the role of Android Studio here in making an application, and how we are going to be sure that it's going to be run, and what is going to be happen after that. Do we able to just have that application in our phone, and so many things, but step by step. And maybe you are so much curious about learning and knowing these all the things. You have to wait and watch, be consistent on this playlist. I'm telling to myself that I will also be consistent whenever I'll be having a time. So there, what problem has been here? So you can see that here, whenever you will be seeing app and Gradle scripts like this, you are now ready to do something on it. Okay. So you can see here that the error was something, the SDK was not defined or something, but it has been gone right now. I'll be telling you after telling you about this after another video. I will tell you about that and explaining you all these terminologies, what this says about that, and all these peripherals, what are they meant about, and what is the use in it. Let's focus on building project. Okay, let's just cross it by here, and let's just adjust the UI for ourselves so we can do that. So firstly, what we are going to do that we are going to run this. Why? When we are going to run this, and when the run is finished, we'll be knowing that yes, everything is fine, everything is right, and we don't have any error right now. Okay, right now only. And here you can see the navigations. If you will hover for some time, you will be getting something: device manager, running devices, agent, Gradle, notifications. This is app, this is running button, this is debug button if you have some errors or something. This is version control, this is the plus icon of adding some files or directory or creating some new directories and files. Resource manager, more tools for Windows. This is the run button here also, run button here also. This is build, this is app quality inside logcat. Basically in logcat you're going to see the logs. Okay, we'll be learning about this a few times after some time. Okay, here you can see the problems here or not. So okay, it's going to be finished for this for okay, it's going to be finished and we'll be starting in working it. And it's the terminal, just like in the VS Code you see the terminal same as it. And you can just and have a lookup on all of these things so that you will be more comfortable about this. So for right now, what you are going to navigating is something. The two files are open here. Maybe I previously opened these two files because that these files are open here. That could be one reason, and the default reason could be these are two main files. where we are going to learn. Okay, so this is not going to come in your window. Let's just cut it from here. Your window going to look like this. What you're going to do is right now, let's just finish this one, okay? Let's just finish this run. And after that, what you're going to do, let's just navigate for some time. It's the app directory, and what you're going to see here, manifest is Kotlin plus Java, Java, REST, keyboards. So this manifest files has all the information about your application. It tells the operating system that we need this much things, we have this much thing. I will be telling about manifest file and Gradle about Java language, about everything, the directory structure, and we will be doing some more things in another video. Our focus, so many times I have repeated this, that our focus is making an application right now. Okay, so I will be telling about this, and what you have to do is open the rash file, and you will be seeing the drawable layouts, min map values, XML. And right now, what we are going to do is open that layout. Layout, yes. By the word layout, what do you understand? Layout is something going to be the layout of our application, of course, yes. For now, we can understand this by this. We are going to make a project, and now don't be confused about this type of interface, that where the code is, where I have to write the code. So what you need to do is, this is clicked on the design one, you can see here. Now what you have to do is split. It means it will be having some design part also, some coding part also. Let's do that. Okay, we have done that. So we have some of the design part here, some of the code part here, and this is only the code. So you'll be getting only the code. This is only the code. This is the split part. This is only the design part. So for here, we don't need here this, do this. What do we need is, whenever you have seen, I think so, you probably have been seeing the videos of Android, making Android apps. They show something, a phone screen in the right side, okay? That was a device that was running, you know, the virtual devices. Whatever you will be doing here is shown up here. How do we do that? So what you have to do, there is the device manager, and this is the running devices. By clicking on the device manager, you can select which device you are going to be run, and by clicking on the running devices, you can see that um, which device is running currently. So click on running devices. Here's nothing which is running. Close the app. What the fuck is that? Keep your memory safe. Okay, so this device is running already. Maybe I have click on the run app. That's why. So let's just see the device manager, as medium phone API is already running. And what if you don't have any of this? You just click on that add a new device button and just have one. Create a virtual device, obviously, and just check one of these and then click next or something like that. You can do that. But for now, we are skipping this part because we do have it. If you doesn't have it, then what you can do is click on any of these devices like this. Make sure that the Play Store button is here also. You can see that here the Play Store button is not there. Maybe this will cause some problems, so we will be skipping which doesn't have the Play Store button. And you can see here, you can select on next and then have this thing and have this device virtually. What if we are going to do for now, we have one device and we are going to continue with it. Okay, And what you're going to do is you can connect your device also by the data cable, and we just have to open the developer options in our phone. This is very easy. Click on your, go into your apps, I mean, go into your app and open the settings app, and then go into your system and open the system, I mean system option in the settings, and then you'll be seeing the build build, build option. You will be clicking 7 times and then you will be become a developer, and then you have to click the USB debugging and Wi-Fi debugging. Then you will be able to do that Wi-Fi pairing device, and you'll be able to add your device also. And that's very easy. That's very simple. I'll be telling you in next video. Okay. For now, we are focusing on this, and now we are going to make. So we have seen this, of course. So why is showing on the Google device? I don't know why it is opening that Google device. So let's just leave this one right now. And on device manager, you can just off this device, but it's not going to be off right now because I have done something on it. By the way, you can control this device by this. Okay, so this is here. So this is your device. Okay, and right now, this question might be here in your mind that if the code is here, if the activity is here, if the in the layout something the activity called here, one of the page, one of the screen is here, then why I'm not seeing any of the thing here? Because it's now open here. You just have to click on the run button, run app, and you can go to stop app, but right now it's showing hello world. So this is your application right now here. The hello world application is here right now. So how is this is here, hello world, in the middle of, in the center of this screen? How it has been happened? The code is telling us about that. Obviously this is a constraint layout. If you have been done HTML, CSS, JSS, you might be have already knowledge of this thing, of tag, of tools, apps, and import or something like that, XML code. If not that, this is also not a big issue. And let's just learn about this whole code and see that yes, of course, that's why the screen is showing hello world. Okay, only we are going to learn this thing. So what we are going to see here is we are firstly seeing this one. This one telling us about this is a XML tag. Okay, it's telling about us is a version and encoding is UTF-8. What is encoding UTF-8 and what is XML version 1.0 encoding UTF-8 means about? Encoding UTF-8 is something your application, whatever you are going to write, it's going to be encoded in UTF-8. And now about this terminology, I will tell you in the next video. Okay, for now you can know about this. And this is the XML tag which is ending here. Okay, and why this is wrapped in the XML tag, and why this XML tag is only in the first line, and what about this tag? What do we say? What do we say about this language? What is the language? It is it Java? Is it HTML, CSS, or what? Obviously, this is XML file, And one more question. If this is XML file, you can see that extension XML file dot XML, and this is something XML file, then why the hell XML code is ended here and this is here, or why this is here and XML code has been ended here, and this code is likely be same same as the HTML has also. We'll be learning about that also. Just note these questions, or I'll be noting these all the questions to answer you in the next video, obviously. These are some questions that came into my mind, and I want to tell you and answer you all of this to just learn it more about. Okay? So what I am going to tell you is this is a constraint layout tag, and this is something we are importing, and we are having these three things in our app. Let me be just specific for that. I'm talking about these three things. In XML, we are taking these three things in our code so that we are going to use it. We are going to use Android app and tools. So we are going to have these three things in our code. Okay. After some opening tag of constraint layout, linear layout, or relative layout. Okay. So there are some layout, there are some containers, there are some tags, there is a meaning of something why we are writing this here. Okay. All these things I'm going to tell you. Don't worry about anything. And for right now, let's just remove this on. So what we have is a XML code which tells about this is XML tag version and encoding. Okay, we'll be talking about it. So firstly, what do you need? We need a layout. We need a layout. We need something here to just look at which layout it is. It is linear. It is constrained. It is relative to its parents or something like. I will telling you about your layouts constraint. Sorry, layouts correct containers, tags, and all. Okay. So first of all, what you're going to do is we are going to have a layout. I am personally going to be having a relative layout. I like relative layout. Maybe I don't know why. So there are two things in any layout. You need some of the height, some of the width, because this is something that acquires some height, some width, and this is the important thing that every tag will have some height and have some width and weight also. We'll be talking about weight after some time. Right now we'll be talking about layout width and layout height. But we'll be removing this because we are going to have the syntax like this. Android colon height. Why it's giving us error? Because we are forget about taking those three things. What were those three things? Android app and tool. So we are going to have these three things here after opening the relative layout tag. What are you going to do? For your just for your convenience, I'm going to close this tag. So now you know that this is the opening. I'm oh fuck. Let's just have it once more. So remove it. Let's just close it. This is the close one. Okay. From here, you can do this. But opening tag is something here. Okay. For relative layout, whatever going to think, whatever we are going to add things. these things will be covered here. Height, with whatever you are going to give a margin or padding or something about. We will be talking about margin and padding after this. Don't worry at all. This is the closing tag, this is opening tag, and here we are going to write code. Okay, only here. After that, this is not going to come under the relative layout. This code is going to come under some child components of relative layout, not the relative layout. So remove that, write your code under this. What we are going to write, I told you, any layout, there going to be height, some width, some height. And let's give it a height. Oh, don't forget about taking here Android app and tools. Let's just take Android here. Just write Android. Your IDE, your integrated development environment, just like VS Code, we have Android Studio, and that's why we are able to get these all the options to get what you need. So we just need all these things. So you can click on anything. So first tool, okay, let's just do it one by one. Let's just import Android, import tools, import Android tools and what? Android tools. I want, okay, right, just Android tools. Oh, the fuck, I forgot that. Android tools and okay. Whenever you forget something, what you are going to write? Just write the prefix of this. Okay, XML. Okay, that was it. So we have all these things. We have Android. We have tools. We have app. Now what you're going to do is give some height and width to your layout. You can write height, and now you can observe these things. The earlier what we were having is your layout height, your layout width. Now what you are having Android colon layout height. This is something when we what we need. Earlier it was layout height only. I'll be telling the reason behind it. I'll be telling the reason behind it in the next video. And wait till that. So give some height to it. Height, whatever height is going to be. So match, the options are here, match parent or wrap content. Match parent is something, let's just click it. Match parent is something, your layout's height going to be happen according to your screen size. Whatever your screen size and whatever your height, whatever your height going to be, it's going to match your parent. I mean, it's going to cover all of your screen. It's going to cover all of your screen from here to here. If you're going to give layout, Android layout with match parent, then it's going to match the whole screens with. Okay, so we are going to do this same as for with also. So just right here with click OK, click OK. I mean enter. So we have given height and width. So for now this is okay. For now this is okay. But if you want to add some padding margin, what you're going to do is you can give here. Now uh, where this margin padding going to be applied in your whole relative layout, obviously. In your all child components after that, you are going to make child components here. Okay, after this closing of this opening tag, you are going to write your whole child components here. Okay, so If you are going to give some of the margins here, this is come going to apply on your all the child components. So what child component you want? So we need to do it more fast because this is not going to be too long. So let's just have one tag. What is going to be a text view? What is text view? Text view is something just like this hello world, a text on your screen. So give it some height. Let's have it at no. Width is something you are going to give match parent here now for the component child component, and the height is going to be a wrap content. Wrap content means the whatever height the component is going to take that much height only. Not going to cover all the height, but cover only whatever height you need. Cover only that and wrap that content on that. Okay. So we just have the text view. What we need right now, if we have text view, we need some text to be shown here. So write text here. So you'll be getting the Android text, click enter, and you can write anything here. What you want is I am superwoman. I am superwoman. Okay. So now we have given a text. Why it's not showing here is something we did not run it. I mean, it's running, but you have to stop it because we are doing it by all new, right? We will running it at the end, and then we'll be showing that we'll be seeing that how it is looking like. So we have given some text. We will be giving some style, and if you want to see this, you can have this split one. So you can see that here's it is. Yes, of course you can see here. Now don't be very confused about that what is this and what is this. This is something your virtual device. You are going to open your app after running and your app going to be open here and you can navigate through your app here. You can navigate through your app here and you can see your edited text here. Okay. Don't be very confused about that. Okay, now this is something you are going to see whatever you are writing here, and this is something your virtual device, your virtual phone, you are going to be open your application here, and then you can use it, navigate it. Okay, and then after you will be learning about the activity life cycle. That is going to be fun. And now what I'm going to give is some style to our text view. It's simply we are meaning about we are going to give some style to our text view. So write style. Oh, write style, and you can see that you can choose this one. So what do you want? Bold, italic, or normal? We need bold one. So you can see that your text is now bold. You can see the changes here. Okay. So whatever thing you are going to be here in linear layout, I mean relative layout, these all the things going to be on the top of here. It means that your text is here and then you will be adding one more text view which is going to be on top of here. We'll be talking about that. Okay, bold. Okay, what we need that text to be more big. It means the size. Just write size here and see about the size. Just write 150. No, 150 is too big. 14 or 27 maybe. 27 is good. So you are going to measure this text size into not into dp because we have given dp to margin here. You're going to give sp here for text. We'll be telling about this units. And now what we have style, we have size, we have written the superwoman thing. And now I want that text view in the center. So just write center. Now there are three things: center in parent, or center vertical, or center horizontal. I will tell you about this, that explore it by yourself. Explore it by yourself. Okay? Horizontal, you can give it a true value. Okay? Have it been any, what I'm saying here? Does it have any impact on that? No. Because why? Because this is automatically default behavior is center horizontal. And now I wanna do it center vertical. True. Now this is here. This is vertically centered. Horizontal center was already done on that default one. Now it's vertically centered. Vertically centered. And now I am going to remove this. You just have to explore it by yourself. It's going to be only understandable when you're going to do it by yourself and explore it. Just do it central in parent. It means do it true. It means it's going to be here. Okay. Now what we need here, let's just remove it. So we have our component here. I'm superwoman. So what we need is we need some margins from here. Margin means some spacing from left, some spacing from right, some spacing for upper side, some spacing for downside is margin. What is padding? Your I'm telling about the difference in margin and padding. And margin is something when we need some spacing from outside of the element, and padding is something when we need some of the spacing under the element. Under the element, I will tell you about that. What we are going to do is we need to center it. We need to center it. Oh, I have done already that. Okay, okay, okay. I was confused a bit. So we have done center in parent, true. Now this is center in parent. It means it is center to its parent. अगर ये center to its parent है तो ये बीच में क्यों नहीं आया? Why it is on the this side? Why it is in this side? Why not in the center? This is because the default behavior of in the relative layout it's going to be at horizontal, you know, and then what you're going to do for solving it is just right here center vertical true. You can hover in this and you can see that it true centers this child vertically within its parent. So remove this one. It still is here. Why not here? Try to find this by yourself because it's going to be amazing. Like you are going to find this by your own self and you will be building some more interest on that. So find it by yourself. And now what we are going to do is we are going to add some padding on it. So sorry, margin on it. So it will be having some space from here. Here it means from left. So margin from left. Just do margin from left. You're going to write the amount of the margin in dp, I mean the unit. So let's just give it. Is it 30? You can see some changes here. You can give it 300. You can give it 60 is fine. Okay, 60 is perfect. Give it dp, and yes, of course we have done that, and now we are going to close it. If you want it, you can close it by this, and if you want it, you can close it by this. You just have to press that button of closing bracket, the forward slash. Okay, forward slash, yes. If you need to have the same element here also, you can copy it because you already learned that about, okay? So we have copied it, why not? Why it did not came? Just try to figure it out. I'll be answering it in the next video. So now what you're going to have is one more thing is yeah, one more thing, a button. We need to have a button. Let's have one button here. Let's close this. Why we close that? Just for understanding this very clearly. So for button we are going to have what? For button we are going to have what? Under this you have to write. This text is not in there anywhere. So I gave you the answer. Okay. So now tell me why it's not showing. I gave you the answer here. So if you will do this, you will be saying, of course we have seen that. Of course you have got the answer. Okay, you will be removing this also. So actually what happens, we have copied the same element and it was on the same position. So it was showing on this and it was not showing to you. Okay, the answer is clear right now. So what we need here is button. So don't confuse here between this. So what we need is, this is the closing tag here, closes, and in button let's just remove it all. For button what you are going to do is write button, just enter and give it some height or width. So we will be giving width is match parent. So I have told you before this also, the element you are going to write here one after another, the current parent you are working on, it's going to be on the top of it, and it's showing in the top of it. You can see that I'll be seeing it. So for height, I'm going to give it wrap content, or let's just give this height also wrap content. Here also I can give a wrap content. So it will be wrap whatever it need. Wrap content. Okay. So this is a little tiny button here, which is not able to show here. So maybe we just have to give a match parent height to it. Okay, this much big button. What we need that button to be here after that I am superwoman. I mean in the bottom of I am superwoman text. How we are going to do that? So in linear layout there's an option about, you're going to give an ID to button. You're going to give an ID, Android ID 1. Just give it, oh sorry, just give it ID D1. Randomly I have given that. D1 is the ID number. Control copy it, and you just have to give this ID to your text one. The text where we want to apply this is this one, not this one, not that one. Okay, that was here, and let's just leave it because it's making some noise here. So we have given it a ID, Don't worry about if it's giving a red line because we have given same ID to both. So we have given it D1 ID, so we'll be giving it D2 ID. It's a random number, you can give anything. Now what you're going to do is, we have given ID, what we need to be that button to be in the bottom of that I'm Superwoman text view. So what I'm going to do is just type here bottom, align layout bottom. Okay, it means bottom of that ID you're going to give the D1. So it has been came here, but why it is not in the bottom of it and is in is covering of that element? Let's just see that ID. I have given ID, Android layout, align bottom. Yeah, better than. So I need to have some of battery, 6%. So what we are going to do is, I'm understanding why it has been given this one. So let's just close it for once and let's just see what happens here. Okay, layout, margin left 60p. I'm Superwoman mode 27, match parent, web content. Maybe somehow something is wrong here. Layout. Okay, aligned bottom is something we are going to give. ID. Okay. Why is it covering that element? I don't know. Why is it covering that element? Maybe the battery is low and my battery is also low. Why is it align bottom? This is align bottom, and why it is covering that? Height, width, height, style, size, center, vertical. The button is creating some problem. Match parent, web content, match parent, web content. Huh? This is actually on the text one. Okay, let's just give it some padding. Oh, sorry, margin. I don't know why this is going to be done like this. I'll be finding the cause of it and telling you in the next video, okay? So we are going to do it a margin top, okay? So let's give it TP. Oh my god, it's not doing anything. It's not taking any margin from top. How it could be happen? How it could be happen, yeah. Text, Android text is high. Okay. Why is it wrong? Let me check what's wrong here.